There's a couple things you said. I want to ask some follow-up questions on the use case issue. I think the use case issue is a hot topic because I think a lot of people are still struggling to look for those use cases. Besides your podcast, is PMI offering some kind of repository where people can find a variety of use cases, or is your podcast the main vehicle to transport those?
The podcast is the main vehicle for use cases. They can also go to projectmanagement.com, right? We have a large community as well, so that you can understand, because that's user-generated and community-generated content, which to us is so incredibly important, because that gives them the voice to showcase how they're doing it as well. And then the other thing that we have is we've started an AI ambassadors group. So right now we're in a pilot phase. We've moved to phase 2 of the pilot, so we're expanding it a little. In right now 4 regions, moving to 5. PMI has 8 regions globally. Yeah, and so those are folks from the community who are certified, who are really passionate about all of the offerings that PMI has, so that they can help be an additional voice. So to the extent that they talk about their use cases, how they're using AI, how they're applying it in their daily work. And then when I think about AI too, especially when it comes to use cases, right? I think about it as 2 sides of the coin. One, how do I use AI to help me do my job better as a project professional? And so that can be, we can give them examples about, how they can use that, efficiencies they can gain, even some of the e-learning courses that we have, right? We have one on prompt engineering, and we also have another one on practical applications of AI. We have one on construction and infrastructure as well, right? So those are examples of how it's being used. Then on the other side, we have how do I run and manage AI projects? And so that's where CPMAI comes into play. Collectively, we offer everything to our audience, which is wonderful. So when I think about use cases, I always say, well, what exactly, right? Figure out what problem you're trying to solve when you'd like to know use cases. Do you want use cases to understand how to use an AI tool better? Or do you want use cases because you want to know how people have brought AI projects into their organization and you're looking to do that as well?
One of the things I like so much about the CPMAI approach is that it takes a more broader, more solid managerial approach to it and say, listen, don't just ask me to implement the next AI tool, but that's what I believe that CPMAI does for you. It provides you with, and by the way, a lot of IT managers are looking exactly for that. Bless you, are looking exactly for that. What's a framework that I can work with, right? And I actually think there's a lot of organizations out there that have the same question. As a consultant, I keep running into different companies that are implementing AI. And I keep asking what framework they're using because I'm, of course, trying to push them towards PMI. And I'm getting all sorts of different random answers. And I think all of these frameworks will have a lot of similarities between them. But uniformity is so important and so powerful when you're trying to be efficient in what you're trying to do.